This is Investigation 1, Part 2, Force at a Distance. Mr. Montgomery and I are going to model the investigation that you will be completing today. So what you need is your Force at a Distance paper that has the ruler at the bottom. You and your partner need one pencil. And then in your science toolkit, you are going to get out one paper clip out of your bag. And you need 3 magnets. 1, 2, 3. Everything else is going to go in your toolkit and it can go off to the side.
Okay, and once you have your materials, you're going to start with using just one magnet, so the other 2 you can keep off to the side. And on your paper, there is a spot for the magnets, and it's in black right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the magnet on the very first black spot on my ruler paper, and my partner is going to take the paper clip and they're going to start all the way back here past 8, and they're going to slowly slide the paper clip 1 centimeter at a time and let go. And then slide it again.
A whole centimeter or half a centimeter?
I think probably a whole or half. I think
Okay.
what you're doing is fine. So we'll keep doing that, and we're going to see at what point will this paper clip get attracted to the magnet.
Mr. Montgomery, I like that you use the word attract, which is one of our vocabulary words.
Okay, so I saw that at
that place right there, we're not going to tell you what it is so that you can mark it on your own.
But because we're using one magnet, I'm going to put a 1 where that paper clip got attracted to the magnet. Okay, now we have to do that a total of 3 times. So that was our first time, so we will do this again. And I do think it might be helpful to do every half centimeter.
Every half centimeter?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to change that and do every half centimeter now. So those smaller tick marks on our ruler.
We'll stop at every tick mark.
I'm taking my finger off the paper clip every time I move it so that we have accurate data and that I'm not skewing anything or changing anything.
Ooh,
Ooh,
so
that was different.
That was a little different. So at that spot, I'm still going to write the number 1 because we're still only using one magnet. Okay, so that was how many times, Mr.?
That was 2 times.
We would have to do it another time because we want a total of 3 times with one magnet. But for this video, we're going to move ahead a little bit. So now that we've done 1 magnet, we're going to skip ahead to 3 magnets. So Ms. G, can you put them together for me?
Oh, those were repelling. Notice that this is letter C on my paper. Test the distance using 3, not 2 magnets. We're following the directions on the paper.
Yep, so we skipped 2 magnets and we went to 3. Now since Miss G didn't get a chance to hold the magnets, I think it's fair if we switch roles.
Absolutely. This is a partnership and we need to be fair, and so we both get a try at both of them.
So Miss G is going to hold the magnets, and I'm going to be the paper clip slider this time. And I'm going to make sure that we stop at each tick mark. Okay?
Each half centimeter.
Each half centimeter tick mark. So we repeat this again, but this time we have 3 magnets. Each time still taking my finger off the paper clip to make sure that if it wants to get attracted, I'm not preventing it from getting attracted to the magnet. Are you making a prediction in your head of where you think it will?
I am making a prediction in my head of where I might be attracted now that we have 3 magnets. I'm thinking about how 3 magnets might influence the magnetic field.
Yes.
Ooh, that was a little different than the first time.
Very different. So this time, because we're using 3 magnets, we're going to write a number 3 where the paper clip got attracted to the magnet. So that was our first time. We're going to do it 2 more times because we need to do it 3 times for 3 magnets. Okay? So we would do this again, stopping at every ½ centimeter. And again, whenever this paper clip gets attracted to the magnet, I have to write a 3 where it gets attracted to the magnet.
Ooh. So, Mr. Montgomery, I already have a mark there. Should I write it above it, beside it, underneath it?
Well, since it was kind of in the exact same spot, let's just write it right above it.
I think that's a good idea because if I wrote it beside it, it might be a little confusing.
Yes.
So
that was our second time doing it with 3 magnets. We would still do it 1 more time to record our data. But once you do it 3 times with 1 magnet and 3 times with 3 magnets, you then are going to talk to your partner about where do you think the paper clip would get attracted if you used 2 magnets. Because for this next part, we're only going to use 2 magnets. So Miss G, I know we don't want to give it away, but in secret, do you want to touch on here where you think it would get attracted with 2 magnets?
Well, I predict based on what I know. I think I predict is a really good way to start my sentence so we can have a really good scientific conversation. But based on what I've observed, I'm thinking it might be right about there.
And I actually agree with you because when I see where it was with 1 magnet and I see where it was with 3 magnets, I'm guessing that's a good prediction for 2 magnets.
I think so as well.
So now that we made our prediction, okay.
If we were in 3rd grade, it says to write the number 2 under the ruler. We didn't do that because we don't want to give away our secrets.
But you guys will write the number 2 underneath the ruler where you think it will get attracted with 2 magnets. So once you write down your prediction of where you think it would be, you have to actually find out if your prediction was correct or not. So we would put 2 magnets at the beginning, and we would repeat the same experiment but with 2 magnets, and we'll be able to see if our prediction was right or wrong.
So Mr. Montgomery and I are going to be looking for 1s above the magnet to where the paperclip was attracted with 1 magnet, 3s above the ruler for where the paperclip was attracted with 3 magnets. We need to have 1 number 2 underneath the ruler for your prediction, and then 3 number 2s above the ruler, once again, for the data of where it was attracted with 2 magnets.
And from doing this whole experiment, you should be able to see what happens to the magnetic field when more magnets are being used. More magnets are being used. What happens to the magnetic field?
So now that we're going to pretend we've done all of this, we're going to clean up our materials. So we're going to put everything nice and neatly back in our science toolkit. I'm not going to throw the paperclip in there. I'm going to put it back in the bag so it's there for another experiment and investigation. And I'm going to close my lid and put my materials away.
And I'll probably talk to my partner about what I noticed happened to the magnetic field when we used more magnets, so that I'm ready to answer my focus question and make my Flipgrid video.
And I'm going to make sure that I'm using the scientific vocabulary like magnetic field and force and attract and repel. And I'm not just going to say, it's stuck together, because I don't think that's really good 3rd grade science language.
No, definitely not. All right, thank you.